if it were easy, you would do it. Like, you know what I mean?
This is an after-school program podcast.
What key are we in? G?
It's a little chaotic way to start the show.
We don't even do a podcast. What if we just leave right now and go eat? I think we work too hard.
One of these guys, essentially, when you're supporting the Patreon, you're giving us monetary reasons to not work. We're like, this is nice, but you know where we could take this $100?
Grill marks.
I get a burger with an egg on it. Hey, my name is Shaman. I love eggs. I'm bringing that intro back. PD.
You're bringing it back?
I'm bringing it back.
That I was unaware of from
before?
you
know, you'd say your name and then you'd say a fun fact about yourself. So-and-so. And
Did we stop doing that?
We did stop doing that. I don't know what happened.
He started asking how we were doing.
I'm Shaman. Yesterday for breakfast, I had 4 eggs and 2 pieces of toast. How about that? Wild bread to toast to egg ratio on my part. That's how I roll.
That's too wild. I don't even think I could say anything now.
Really?
I can't top that.
Shoot.
Just kidding. I entered Zuckerberg's metaverse.
Say I'm PD and I did.
Oh, I'm PD and I entered Zuckerberg's metaverse.
God bless. You got an Oculus, boy.
Yeah, shout out to Lauren.
Bro, we have got to play Walkabout Mini Golf, bro.
Oh,
Is it free?
We have got to play. I think it's
$15.
$15.
Send me some of that Patreon money.
I'm going to send you some of that Patreon money. Wait a second, that's how they use my money? Shut up. I'm just kidding.
And Shama's in complete control of it. PD and Chase have to ask, can I have mini golf money?
Can I, please? I just need 50 cents for the vending machine. No. Swallow your own saliva.
Papa Shama, can I please have a couple dollars for lunch today?
Let's just start splitting the Patreon money.
Let's just do it.
Is this a Patreon episode?
Yeah.
Make it a Patreon episode.
Yeah, okay.
That's how it be. We should just start.
I haven't watched the Bible Man video yet. We'll do that
is
next
that what we're
one.
We'll do it next. We'll do it next one.
Yeah.
My name's Chase, and I got gas on the way here, and I watched the numbers keep going. And I got done pumping gas, and I just kind of looked around, and I was like, what if I blow this place up? What if I just go down at the Simpsonville Walmart gas station and just never continue again?
I feel you. I got gas recently. I looked down to text somebody. I looked back up and it said $35.
I spent $85.
85
on the way here.
Really?
Today. Yeah.
$85?
$85. Yeah.
Bro, you can't. You shouldn't go anywhere, dog. It'd be cheaper for you to
get
zoom
here.
in.
Dang.
Yeah.
I used to fill
A
up
bulk
for
of the
20.
Patreon is just, we just got to give you gas money. Guys, if you're not signed up, I don't know what episode this is going to be. Guys, please support the Patreon. At this point, we're going to have a gas money tier where you can just watch this.
Wait.
This is just a live stream from Chase's truck every time he fills up.
I thought we were on the Patreon.
I think we are
I
on the
guess.
Patreon.
Tell your
Hey,
friends.
guys, if you're on the Patreon, please support the Patreon.
It's like when you're watching Hulu without ads and they keep showing you ads for Hulu without ads.
Hey, this is what it could be.
Hey, guys, steal somebody's identity.
Yeah.
Make another account.
Man, dude, I remember I was at Grace and I were coming back from Charleston, and we pulled up to the gas station, got gas, and then drove off. But then I was like, oh, I had a bunch of trash. Like, we had picked up some from a drive-thru or something. So I was like, oh, I'll throw the trash away. So I made a U-turn and came back, and there was a guy pumping gas in his truck. Circled back, came back. Like, we came and left. And I come back, and I lean out the window, and I was like, man, you're still at it. And he was like, yeah, man. Yeah, just numbers shooting up, dude, mad distressed, sweating. And I was like, bro, I would just leave the car. To be honest, I would just leave the truck, man.
Inflation.
Can I tell you, Chase, introduce yourself, dog? Was
I
that
just
your intro?
did.
Yeah,
You
he did. Yeah.
I'm Chase, and I want to die.
I'm in.
So, eggs, gas prices, metaverse.
Yeah.
That was our intro.
We're an eclectic group. Yeah, man. I remember a conversation I had with Grace. I had a good job. I worked at a production company. Let me say this. It was a good job if you're a single dude. And then I got married, and I was like, yo, what's going on? And I knew, like, I'm good with finances and stuff, so I knew where the money was going. And Grace was like, maybe we should should we budget more or maybe and when anytime somebody says budgeting, I know they mean just Dave Ramsey. And when they mean Dave Ramsey, I know they mean like just eat rice and beans. And I'm like, for my mental health, I don't want to, God, like I get it. Like I'm not gonna gamble in Vegas, but I also can't eat rice and beans, dog.
Yeah. Dude, I just can't go to Vegas because as soon as I can gamble in video games, I lose all the money in the video game.
Do you gamble in video games?
Yeah, if they have that option.
Like in-game currency,
Yeah.
right?
Oh, game.
no,
Oh, I was about to say, I was like, brother, we need to take you to a facility. But I just, I remember having a conversation with her. It was like, it didn't get. I mean, it could have got heated, and I just remember telling her, I was like, "We just need more money. Like that's the bottom line. It's not like we can't budget our way out of this.
No,
like
you
if we want to,
your way out.
I mean, you can, but brother, it's gonna what you save in money, you freaking lose in what you gain in money in your savings, you lose in like I don't know. I feel like your mental stability, man. I feel like it just wears.
Throw your credit cards in a blender. That's all you got to do, right? Isn't that step 7?
But then it's also like, man, God forbid you get like I don't know, like a coffee. You got a coffee. Like I've heard couples talk about that. Like, yeah, I remember we had a big fight because he got like a cheeseburger on the way back from work, and I thought, hey, man. If I'm at a point where I can't afford a spontaneous cheeseburger,
episode title.
The one about spontaneous cheese.
If I'm at a point in my life where I can't afford a spontaneous cheeseburger, I don't know, man. Maybe this planet ain't for me. And I'm not talking about. I'm just saying. I don't know. We need to figure something out. Lock me up. I'm sure prisons got cheeseburgers.
And you just ascend right now.
Yeah.
I don't think.
You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know.
I don't think me and Elizabeth will ever reach arguing over that because like one of us will have a bad day and the other one will be like, you know what, we deserve Mexican. Let's go get
freaking. And so
you had a bad day. Let's go get me some queso.
Let's go shut down a corner booth at Chili's right now. Yeah. That's the one thing I heard. I read a book called Pound Foolish, and it's just about like the finance industry and all the lies. And so that whole thing about like skip a cup of coffee. If you save a cup of coffee, save that money, you invest it, you'd have a double. And it's people who like if you stop smoking cigarettes, you could buy a Lamborghini in 20 years. Yeah. It's just like, yeah, you don't smoke cigarettes. Where's your Lamborghini? So it's just all these like mind games. Where's my Lamborghini? So it's just sort of like, hey man, money goes. Like money just goes. It doesn't matter how freaking savvy you are, or maybe some people are savvy, but I don't know.
Well, instead of cigarettes, I buy mountain can water, which is more expensive than cigarettes.
Oh, man. But, I can't believe we're talking about money.
Gas.
Right now. Yeah.
That's what I spend my money on.
That's what I'm saying, though. It's like, brother, I mean, you were spending less on gas when you were in college because gas was cheaper.
Yeah.
So now it's like, what are you going to do? Bike?
I used to fill up for $20.
Yeah, yeah.
Doesn't happen anymore.
Yeah. Well, I made a mistake where I don't know, it's like, I don't even know, like 10 gallons, I think. My car takes like 10 or 12. And I remember I got like maybe just a couple of gallons. I was like 3 or 4 gallons. I thought, no, I'll be fine. Gas will go down. It was like $3.50. I was like, I'll just, fill up when it's a little cheaper. It did not get cheaper. It shot up like 75 cents. So now I was like, oh man, I should have,
The gas prices are like the stock market. You got to buy in cheap.
Yeah, yeah.
But you don't get to sell at any point.
Nope,
you just burn it.
You just keep on like.
And if you store it in your house, it becomes an issue.
I mean, only if you let it. Man. Guys, should we hop on the Discord and ask if people have any questions?
Yeah, let's do that.
That's a thing.
I was thinking we just make this the finance podcast.
Man, let's make this let's talk about finances, y'all.
Let's
Should I do it in the regular channel or the episode discussion channel?
Watch
Maybe the
Nobody
regular
Be
channel.
On right now.
Maybe.
Let's see.
Maybe film a video. Maybe film a little video and be like, yo, we're recording right now. Can you do that?
Hey, Robert's online.
Robert's on? He hasn't texted me back.
He better not be online.
We be talking. We need...
Bro, social media ruins friendships like that. We're like, oh man.
Oh yeah, especially if they have red receipts on.
Yeah.
I sent Drew a song idea the other day. He left me on red.
Yeah, same. It's like, hey man, did you hear that song? Oh, I didn't get a chance.
It's like, hey brother,
please, could you please
but
listen
I
to
did
this
have the security of him telling me to send it to him. So at least I wasn't in it like a like an unsolicited song idea.
I mean, once again, I've said it before. My phone's a point of anxiety. Is this filming?
Yeah.
Hey guys, Discord. We recording right now. Show them the room. Show them the boy. Show them yourself. Freaking. You know the drill. Just send us some questions
or observations or whatever.
We're gonna react as we go, and then you can watch us talking to you later on.
Cool. I'm gonna send that in. But also, if you're listening to this, it's a Patreon only episode, so you've heard this twice.
You already know.
Yeah.
You already know what to do.
Or not. Maybe we release this one to the masses to let everybody know what they're missing out on.
What you been playing on Oculus though, PD?
Well, I got this weird arena gladiator game called Gorn. That was
Gorn?
the first one. Yeah.
Why that one?
It was one that our friend Gabriel.
It's too big of a
had,
file size.
Yeah.
and it was a lot of fun. I punched his TV on accident. though.
Wow.
Yeah, because you have to swing your arms pretty wildly. I don't know if anybody saw that video of me on Instagram, but that's what I was doing in there.
I've not played my Oculus in since March. It's sad, man. I'm a sad dude. I played every day, but then I thought, is it bad because I'm working and I'm also I'm with my family? So I'm like, should I be sad that I'm not in Zuckerberg land?
Hey, but
playing
now I'm in there.
digital golf,
And we can play digital golf
Bro,
together.
Have you played?
No, I haven't played mini
Bro,
golf.
let
in
me
there.
tell you something. The walkabout mini golf is, it's astoundingly. So you would think it's just very much what is it called, Wii? But
Yeah.
no, dude, you can walk around the the track and stuff. If you played in a gymnasium, you could essentially walk around the whole thing, but you can't. You have to cast yourself depending on your space.
Yeah.
It's super cool. Though.
So I said the video was too big.
Okay.
So I just said, we're recording right now. Send us questions or topics. And someone said, read my email.
What's their email?
Yeah, give us more information than that.
Yeah, dude, that person just they're just like, oh, you want more content? How about I already sent content, you dweebs?
Maybe we can have a separate email address for the patrons so their stuff has the priority.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can do something like
we
that.
also got some comments from the top 5 too on Patreon. The top 5 episode went out.
Yeah, cool.
And some people reacted to that. Hey, Damian Perry just joined the Patreon.
Hey.
Damian Perry, what up?
Just now?
Get all your family members who look like PD on too, brother.
Please do.
Man, that's nuts.
We do have some questions here. We have
What's his? Did you ask him what his email was?
yeah, it's her. She's responding. She hasn't
Okay,
responded yet.
gotcha.
But her name is Elizabeth. She's typing right now. But we did get a question, which is what is y'all's favorite thing about the Patreon so far?
For me, the Discord.
Yeah, the Discord's been a ton of fun.
Yeah, it is. Great.
I mean, I'm gonna get a little serious and just go. I mean, the fact that people believe in what we're doing this much, you know, that's been really encouraging. And guys, the chat. I mean, sorry, you'll never be a part of our chat, but the chat between the three of us, we'll share a GIF or a logo, a screen grab of when another person joins. So
Yeah.
it's a celebration over there, man. We just in tears in the group chat, you know, just crying, all emotional that we hit
47 now?
47 people,
47?
man. That's nuts.
Yeah,
It
once we got
does,
to
really
43, I was like, oh, that's President Bush.
Yeah.
So then I dropped that jersey in there. Then I dropped Obama with
Did
a
you
jersey.
say you dropped the jersey? Oh,
Yeah, because it's him with whenever a sports team wins a championship, they go up to the White House with a jersey of the number of the president.
yeah.
So
That's so cool, man. So I think that's it. Yeah, I mean, it's just people have been keeping up with what we're doing, and that's awesome. And then also investing in what we're doing. I think it's the main thing.
Yeah.
Is investing the right term? Because they're really only getting clean comedy in return.
I mean, they're ensuring that we're never going to take a break again.
Can we?
Oh boy, when did that dawn on you?
Also, I think it's funny how.
When did that dawn on you?
Hey, I'm happy to do it
Okay,
now.
because I remember when they were renovating the studio, we were talking about that, and I went, "Oh yeah, we're gonna be a little homeless for a couple of weeks," and I thought, man, sure would be nice to not work.
Well, now it's a job, right?
Yeah, now we're committed.
But also, we've recorded more in the past 2 weeks than we have in the past 3 months. I think everybody's
don't
been,
say it like that.
everybody's been really excited to be here. I think.
Yeah, I think it's been really motivating. Because motivation was waning. The drive was drying up.
Hey,
It's
I
about
was
drive.
having
It's
a-
about power. We stay hungry. We devour.
The email subject is Pebbles versus Tent Revival.
Okay, Pebbles versus Tent Revival. Elizabeth Hendrickson. She's a long-time listener.
Nice.
She and her sister are pretty diehard fans.
Yeah.
They also listen to Written By. They're always DMing and stuff. They're really cool.
Man, thank y'all so much for believing in us. I sent them. They had lost their father recently.
Oh.
I think in the past year. I think, and I'd sent them a message on Instagram. Really sad, man. And you hate to lose. You hate to lose a godly man. Pebbles versus Tent Revival. Hey, father of 3 Shama, 2 TV PD, and Scooby-Doo 2's #1 fan chase.
That's me, baby.
What's up, potential guest? No guest on this one, Elizabeth. Yes, I know the second TV died, but I couldn't let this bit die. Foreshadowing for when PD gets another second TV. Another second TV. That's good.
I've been watching TV in the Oculus now.
Freaking,
I pulled up, one of the first things I did was pull up New Japan in the browser.
Bro. PD's out of eyes right now. He can't have another screen. I want to get right into the story because it's a long one. So I'll make this quick. But I've been listening and laughing with y'all since April 2020. When I stumbled upon your podcast through Frick Frack. That's a Taylor Ransom's podcast. Former podcast. Shout out to Peter, shout out to Peter, my youth pastor, for introducing me, and caught up with all the. So she discovered us and then caught up with all the episodes in a month. Wow, been listening to them weekly ever since. Also, my sister Megan is the one who sent in the story about Oh Sweet Mama. I'm Elizabeth, aka Sister Hendrickson. But today, in honor of my dad Albert, who passed away, I'm sending in this revival story that he experienced and told us about many times. When I thought back on this story, I just knew I had to send it to the y'all to enjoy and for it to live on somewhere. Hey, well, this is the place for it to live. Okay, the story begins in the 1980s. A popular traveling tent revival came to my dad's little town, which, mind you, is in Florida. You can make the jokes. Florida men and women need Jesus. That's just an observation. One of the days they were there, my dad and his friend were walking by the tent to go to the store for some batteries. Being young teen boys, 12 or 13 at the time, they picked up some small pebbles from the road and tossed them at the tent to make a raindrop sound as they walked by. Just something they could do as they walked by. One of the big scary security guards came out and yelled, what were they securing? What were the security guards securing? Jesus? What were they? The Holy Spirit? No. You to get in here. Was the tent at capacity? Was this a club?
And you want
they
your
carding
security,
people?
You want them big and scary. So whoever hired them did a good job.
I know. One of the big security guards came out and yelled at them. They couldn't really hear what he said because they were already past the tent, so they continued on their way and went to the store about 2 blocks away. Little did they know the security guard followed them. Yeah, this is not a national threat. This is some kids threw pebbles. A few minutes after they were at the store, the security guard showed up, told my dad and his friend that they had to come back with him immediately because they caused damage to the tent. Okay. The clerk at the store knew my dad and his friend, so she was watching out for them. She told them they shouldn't follow him back, but being respectful and honest young boys, they didn't want to argue, so they went back with the security guard. When my dad told us the story, he said he was thinking the whole time, this seems a bit odd, and what really did we do? But they went along with it so they didn't get in trouble. Once they were back in the tent, the security guard took them into a camper where there were adults. Who we're guessing were the people who ran the revival / other security guards. They started to threaten my dad and his friend because they caused great damage to the tent, and it's going to cost them a lot of money to repair the tent, and so on and so forth. My dad said he was utterly confused and looking at his friend wondering what they did. When my dad and his friend explained they didn't do anything that could cause such damage, that they just threw some pebbles, the head guy pulled out a gun and placed it on the table to intimidate them.
Is this a cult?
And then told my dad and his friend that they will, that's will in all caps, be going down to the police station with them and getting it taken care of. There's something about like, I don't want to get in trouble here, but what is it about like Christian people who are also gun owners who are proud to be like, listen, I got it. I keep it on. You know what I mean? I don't know. A little too eager.
Damage my tent,
I might have to shoot you. So the guys loaded my dad and his friend up in their van and took them to the police station. No parents were contacted / involved. When the police asked why they were there, the big security guy pulled out a giant boulder, about 18 inches big. Q donkey, I like that boulder. That's a nice boulder. That's my favorite Shrek quote.
Look at that boulder.
I like
That's
that
a nice
boulder.
boulder.
And in the morning, I'm making waffles.
En la mañana, yo cocino waffles.
That's the he took out a boulder and slammed it on the desk. Clarification: no, my dad and his friend never had seen this boulder and didn't throw it up on the tent. At this moment, my dad said it confirmed that something was definitely sketchy about this. They were trying to frame them for something they didn't do. For context, when telling the story, my dad said the boulder was bigger than both his and his friend's head combined. So how in the world could they have managed to throw it up high enough to damage the huge revival tent? The police officer even looked at them a bit confused, like, really? These kids threw this up in the air? The tent revival owners pressed charges because there were multiple large holes in said tent and it was very old. It went on to court. Sheesh, man. Then Supreme Court. Just kidding.
I have a theory. Ancient aliens. I don't know if you've watched History
Are you
Channel.
talking about atheist ancient aliens?
Yeah, because if a big rock gets moved, it always means
Yeah,
aliens
yeah.
on History Channel.
Like, nah. We ain't nobody that strong. Okay, hold on a second. It went on to court, where basically it became their word against my dad and his friend's word. They were, air quotes, quote, charged. They were juveniles with damaging said tent. And let me just pause. I just want to say, this is the best way to bring young people to Jesus, is to frame them for a crime. This is a lot of people don't know this, but if you really want a 12 to 13-year-old to really grasp the vastness of God's goodness and mercy and understand the gospel, is to
place a firearm on a table in front of them,
sprinkle a little crack on them, and be like, here's my gun, I gotta arrest you.
You ever just intimidate a child with a deadly weapon?
Is that where the phrase "put the fear of God in someone" comes from?
Maybe.
Yeah, from that specific instance.
I'm sorry, man. It's in the Bible, dude. Put your hands behind your back. For 6, okay. His friend, hold on a second. They were charged and they had to work. They were juveniles with damaging said tent and had to work to pay off the damage that they didn't even cause. Or should I just say my dad? Her dad didn't cause it. His friend skipped town to Georgia and got out of the consequences. For 6 months, my dad wasn't allowed to go anywhere besides school, and he had to participate in community service. Ugh, man, lock me up.
Dude, I would have gone.
Hey, throw the book at me, man. I'm not trying to service the community.
I would have declared vengeance on that group.
Declared vengeance.
Yeah.
One of my favorite jokes about this has the word community in it is Gerard Carmichael. I don't think he's like the most wholesome comic, but he has a joke about like when I got a little bit of money. He's from Charlotte. It was like a lot of people were talking.
That's where the baby's from.
to baby and Gerard Carmichael and Eric Addison. He was like, a lot of people were asking me like, man, you should get back to the community. He was like, the community. The community didn't do anything for me. I'll tell you what the community did. The community stole my bike. Which I love the sentence, the community stole my bike, implies like the whole community was just against this dude. Okay, so his friend skipped town, and for 6 months, my dad wasn't allowed to go anywhere besides school, and he had to participate in community service for those 6 months. But wait, there's more! Because it went on to be a big deal, my dad's stepdad contacted the police to check into the tent revival more because he knew it was sketchy. One of the police officers went undercover to the revival 2 nights in a row. Man, this is a
whole operation.
Bigger deal. He found out that it was all fake because the same people got saved, the same people got laid out in the spirit, and the same people got physically healed. So it was all fake, man. It was all the same, just the same people, etc. Since the officer couldn't change the charges against my dad and his friend, he got the tent revival in trouble and banned them. So ever since then, they have never returned to this city again. Woo! That was a long one, but I hope y'all enjoyed. Y'all keep it up now. You hear?
Yeah.
I'm being sincere, Shama. GBYD. I'm being sincere, Shama. Oh, that's a good one. This is from May 4th, so that's a reference to being sincere.
Man, justice for Mr. Hendrickson being
Justice for
wrongfully accused
I know.
by the cult tent revival gun people.
I'm being sincere. GBYD. What does GBYD stand for? God bless you dearly. GBYD.
That's
Goodbye.
a good guess.
You know? Okay.
I wouldn't have had a guess.
Ask her what GBYD means. Bye. Sister Hendrickson.
Bye.
But for real, if y'all need any clarification, I'll be more than happy to email back, or y'all can text / call me. Phone number, no pressure. Just an
Discord
offer.
back.
Yeah, we have the Discord. I asked her. We have a ton of questions in the Discord. People are
Nice.
popping off. But she's tagging
Elizabeth's
an answer.
email took like 20 minutes. Yeah. Sheesh. Gosh. Oh man, precious real estate. Yeah.
God bless your daughter.
Oh, God bless you. Oh yeah, that's a whole joke.
He
God
said-
bless you dearly. Did I make
She said ... Remember the comment someone commented.
yeah. Somebody's ragging on me.
We have a bunch of questions here. Let me see. Are we going to tour? Are we going to keep touring? And if so, would you consider coming to Lynchburg? You can pick up Jonathan on the way.
Lynchburg, Virginia. Maybe look, if you're in Lynchburg, if you can get a crowd together, if you know fans who are there, we'll come.
Yeah.
Hey, one day, and this is not in. I mean, I don't think it's anywhere near like close to happening. But one day it'll be a big after-school program production where we're like doing worship song live.
Yeah.
And,
wow, man, dude.
Lights and fog.
all the different musical
wait.
numbers. Televangelist.
That's, dude, and I know we've been in like it's how real churchy, a season of what seems like unfruitfulness. But I mean, Chase and I, we talk every other day. Like we're working.
Oh, yeah, we work every day.
We're
Yeah.
working. We're working today. We're working every day.
I have office hours.
Yeah.
Well, you've worked enough that you could play a 45-minute set. That's how you built up a catalog.
And Shama's
we're
going to be
for it. Like we're not trying to let this thing die. I don't know if when people like try to encourage me to work when I'm like, dude, I am doing as much as I can for this. I'm on this team. I'm on this side. Yeah.
Out of the three of us, how many instruments do we all know how to play?
I play guitar and drums a little bit.
Play drums? That's cool.
Play little drums.
Guitar and a little piano.
Okay, so 4 out of the 3 of us.
Yeah. Andrew knows all the instruments for the rest of us.
He'd be like 27.
Yeah. I didn't. Also, I only kind of learned guitar to impress girls. So when I knew more than 4 chords and my yard wasn't full of girls, I had to switch it up.
Gave up.
I was deeply obsessed with Metallica. So,
Which leads to the next question. If you could play guitar in any band, what would it be?
Yeah, Metallica.
I'm going to say Israel Houghton and what is it? New Breed.
Wait, hold on. So, but for me to play, I think someone would have to die. So maybe not.
Well, maybe they were like,
what if they're like, we want you to join us? Nobody's dead. Nobody's dead.
Yeah.
How about the lead guitar player got food poisoning?
Yeah, and they brought you
there
on
we go.
tour.
That's a better
Didn't
scenario.
they do something like that? There was like a drummer who joined.
That happens a lot.
Oh yeah,
like
I
people
heard.
will get sick and then
They like hire somebody local or something.
or they'll just fly out somebody from another band.
That's cool.
If we could collab with anyone, who would we choose?
Us. That's it.
Yeah.
I don't. People always ask this question, like, who do you want to work with? My friends. I don't work enough with my friends. Hey, put me on. We're trying to put us on. How about that? You know what I mean? Go ahead, though.
This one, this is a test to see if my dad's listening because he hates this artist. But I would get Lizzo on a hook.
Why does he hate Lizzo?
I don't know. He just
Well,
hates
Lizzo's
Lizzo.
like it's like the I'm big, black, beautiful, and unapologetically myself. And
Look, I'm twerking on Instagram. I think that's probably the part of Lizzo that my dad is not a fan of. I just don't follow Lizzo on social media.
I remember she wore well, I mean, wear is an overstatement. She had on clothes to like a basketball game, and it wasn't even like Christian magazines. It was just other publications were like, "Geez, please, this is an NBA game. Please cover, just cover something. Cover more skin. The seats are filthy. Just for safety and sanitation. Cover up."
She writes great hooks though.
Yeah, she does.
I know. It's thick 30. Come on now.
Yeah.
I'm trying to
good.
gain weight just so I could say that. Walk into a room. What time is it? Thick 30.
Is orange juice better with or without pulp?
With pulp, dog.
I'm in the
Yeah.
same boat. Wait, do you agree?
Yeah.
I've never met anyone who's like, I like pulp.
Bro, people, I love you saying with or without. I'm saying with pulp.
Yeah,
I need the
Yeah.
pulp.
I like pulp. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've never met anyone else that likes pulp.
Maybe it's sometimes you have to, people don't like chewing. Maybe you don't want to like.
Maybe
not
we
really a
crack the
juice, it's
code. If you like pulp in your orange juice, you're a creative genius.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
Kanye West drinks pulp. in his orange juice.
What crime would we most likely be arrested for?
I know mine.
What is yours?
Evading taxes.
Bro, are you assuming that you'd have so much money that it would be a problem? Or
No, I would just forget.
Are
to
you
s-
already evading
are you already
taxes?
evading tax? Like, are you?
No, I mean the last 2 years I've done it on the deadline. So one of these years I'm just gonna be like,
Yeah.
5 days later, oh crap, I didn't file my taxes.
They audit more people who make like less than $100,000 a year than any people who make less than $100,000 a year make up for like 80% of audits.
Yeah.
So
Speaking of tax, you gave me my like tax form like the day after the taxes were due.
hey, gang. But I also filed an extension via my CPA, so
You're
I'm in the
talking-
clear.
you're
So I'm
talking over
passing
me.
out all these late forms, so you can file an extension. And be like, oh, I'm gonna be late, and they go, fine, we're gonna file something. So I assumed everybody else also hoped would do that. Sorry,
No, it's okay. I don't.
I
care.
run a loose ship, guys. Sorry.
Hey man, it's okay.
For me,
What are they
it's
gonna
just,
do? Put me in jail?
I like, come on, come at you. Man, just because I've listened to so many podcasts and documentaries about people who got arrested for stuff they didn't do, that's my concern. I'm gonna like fit a description one day, and I already know. I'm just gonna. The only thing I'm gonna say is, I need a lawyer. I need a lawyer. I need a lawyer. I need a lawyer.
And please listen to Church Stories podcast.
Yeah, please listen to Church Stories. But gang, and also I need a lawyer. But yeah, hopefully I don't get in that kind of. I'm so we're flying soon, and I'm so paranoid about like my suitcase. I'm like, freak. I hope there's not like I've heard people have like a knife or something, and then all of a sudden you get just freaking dovetailed into questioning or whatever, and I'm like, I can't have that.
I had the same thought. I was like, what if something goes wrong? And I was like, okay, say I forget to take my gold-plated gun out of my bag. I'm going to put it in someone else's bag, and then when me and Sean get on the plane, he's going to be like, family, you do what you have to for family. And I'm going to be like, I put it in that guy's bag. Any fans of Atlanta?
I mean, I know, Chase, you're about to go on a plane for the first time, so you
Yes.
can't really answer this. But
Yeah.
Shama, have you ever had to tell yourself like no bomb joke, like in your head?
Yeah. Well, you it's just a different. Like, I think I just have to align. I just have to straighten my head to be like, this is a serious context.
Yes, and if you say something like that, you will be detained
Right.
immediately.
I I don't know if other black people agree, but I'm always trying to come across as non-threatening as possible.
Yeah.
I'm trying to come across as safe. So especially when I'm on a plane, I try to come across as like extra safe. Just like
Yeah.
real less I'm zero problematic. I'm smiling more. Yes. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
just, no appearance of evil like the Bible says.
Dude, there's a horrible story of I mean, it didn't end badly, but everybody got airdropped a picture of a bomb on a plane.
Oh,
Yeah, dude.
You heard about that?
I heard about that. And they had to they had to get everybody off the plane. They had to
Because you can't risk it at that point.
Man, that's sheesh, man. And then it was like on the tarmac, so it was about to take off. And so there's so many checkpoints in flying before you get to that. So by the time you get there, you're just hoping that means, hey, you've passed everything. You're going to be in the air. Like I've been on planes where they're like, freaking a bathroom. We got to work on the bathroom. And then you wait in the plane for an hour and they don't let you off regardless. So when stuff like that happens, it's just sort of like, crap, man. Now you've inconvenienced everybody.
Yeah. And you're a pilot or a simulated pilot, right?
Yeah. Me? Yeah. I fly a lot of plane simulators.
You ever had somebody airdrop a bomb threat to your passengers?
No. If I did, I'd throw them off I'd be like, all right, we're gonna take off, and I'm gonna crack a window open.
They have VR flight simulator. I feel like that would be something cool.
They do. They've got one on Oculus, and it is amazing. It's like a World War II style. So you're in this plane,
cool.
dude. You're in the cockpit, and you can actually like peer out to like the ground,
and you just see like all of the people getting murdered below.
Well, they're digital, so yeah, they're just ones and zeros,
and
to
they're
me.
digital Nazis. Too, so
let's go.
Has PD replaced his second TV yet? We kind of answered that earlier.
Yeah, have not.
You got an Oculus, and you also use your laptop as your other screen.
Yeah, so I got screens everywhere.
My crime I would most likely be arrested for is probably what's the one where you get in a bar fight? Assault?
Yeah.
That's
Aggravated
probably-
assault.
battery.
Yeah, that one's probably me.
Are you ready to do something like that now, or are you gonna wait to be like Ezra Miller status, where you got like a Marvel?
I've done it before.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, we need you. But if anything, a mugshot would just raise awareness to Christian comedy. Do what you need to do.
Album
do
cover.
what you need to do.
I will say my temper is completely gone compared to where it was.
Yeah.
So I don't see it happening again, but you never know.
Yeah, we've calmed you down, right?
You really know, like for real, my life getting better and my first appearance on the podcast coincide. I'm not joking.
So it's not a bit when I said when I said you're welcome.
Yeah,
when
no,
you were talking
sincerely.
about
Yeah.
yeah.
No, sincerely.
Well, I will say it's I guess creating is really therapeutic, and my wife knows if I'm like angsty around the house, she'll be like, "Are you okay?" And I'm like, "I mean, yeah, I just want to do something I care about,"
Yeah.
because if we're not recording in a week or doing something else, then I'm usually just working on like stuff I don't really care about that it has to pay the bills. And so I don't know. I think when you do something that, like when you laugh, and I don't know, it to me, I'm like, what a meaningful week. Not that my week isn't meaningful with my family and kids and whatnot, but I'm like, this was good. Like I needed this.
Yeah. I don't have kids. You guys are my kids.
Any more questions, Dad?
Content kid.
Favorite Disney classic? This was a conversation that was happening in the Discord the other night.
Man.
Mine's probably the animated Robin Hood movie. I really like that one.
Classic.
Sweet Life.
Is that what we're counting?
Are we counting everything or just?
I'm assuming they said Disney.
Okay, yeah, we'll count anything.
Okay.
Anything.
Sweet Life of Zack and Cody. That's my pick.
That's a good one, man.
I don't think this was Iron Giant Disney.
I think so. I think it was
Was
Disney.
it? I think it was like Searchlight or something like that.
Let me go look. But
Did you ever watch Iron Giant?
No.
Yeah.
Did you watch Iron Giant?
I have. But also we did an episode of Written By where Robert pitched a remake for it. You should listen to it. It's pretty good.
Yeah.
It was
I should check it out.
Warner Brothers.
Yeah.
Warner Brothers did it, not Disney.
Okay, so what is my favorite Disney? What is something I watched a lot? Man, I'd say Mulan.
Ooh.
Me and my buddy Jason, I'd always go over to his house and we'd watch Mulan or Miss Congeniality. That was we were great movie. We had great tastes in movies. But yeah, the music in Mulan, every time I hear it, I'm like, man, this feels like something,
Yeah.
I just feel like it's
Mr. I'll make a man. Even the new Mulan, Grace and I watched it, but I was like, it's not the same. It's not the same without Mushu. I need Eddie Murphy as a dragon.
There's so many Disney movies. I think I'm gonna go with Mary Poppins. I watched that on repeat as a kid.
Yeah.
And then even now, so every once in a while when our roof gets a lot of leaves or pollen on it, my dad sends me on the roof with the leaf blower, and the whole time I was like chim chimney chim chimney chim chim charoo.
I wrote a line. What is it? What is it? I wrote a line. I wrote a song called "Nice to Meet Ya," and one of the lines in it, I wrote a bar where I reference Mary Poppins. I can't think of it. Sorry. When somebody asks what your favorite movie is, I normally answer with how a movie made me feel. Mm-hmm. Is that what people are asking?
I guess. I don't know.
Because that's like movies like Mulan. When I think about it, even when I do, when I see it, I haven't sat down and watched it again. I'm like, I remember how this movie made me feel. Because when you're a kid, you're kind of like an emotional blank canvas.
Yeah.
And so when you watch something like that, you're like, oh wow, this is what it feels to. You'll bring honor. Like I feel like I need to bring honor to somebody. So it gives you like, I don't know, like
she's a man.
Purpose. She's a man, but she's fighting.
I don't have that feeling anymore. Like walking out of the theater, like super hyped up.
I do every time.
It was a lot more intense when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I think now I'll just I'll appreciate. I'll go, I really appreciated that movie. I like what I like,
like when I walked out of Avengers, I was like, I want to go blow some stuff up.
Yeah.
I feel like I know too much about VFX to really enjoy a majority of the Marvel stuff.
I kind of turn all that stuff off when I'm watching. Yeah.
I don't know, but I just
story.
I'm always like, how did they do that shot? What a beautiful. Wow, the multiverse of madness. How did they turn into paint? Spoiler. Hey, if you ain't seen it, that's on you, dog. You know what I mean? That's just my thought process where I'm like, it's like a puzzle and I'm trying to solve it.
I got you.
But you saw Doctor Strange too, but you don't keep up with it.
But you saw Doctor Strange?
No, yeah, I did see it.
I did too.
Like how do you know what's going on if you need like 5 movies of context?
I don't. I really don't. I went with Cecil, and I love Cecil, and we go to movies together. We got kids, so we'll both be like, let me ask my wife, and I'll be like, let me ask my wife, and then I got the green light, and then we went Saturday night and just hang out, talk about it. So we watched Spider-Man, we watched the new Spider-Man, then we watched Doctor Strange. So
nice.
Most of the movies are pretty standalone.
They're enjoyable. I don't. Yeah. I'm not like a. I can't keep track. My brain doesn't hold. I don't hold content like that. I don't have the Marvel timeline on lock. Let me say.
What's your favorite movie ever? Then, not just Disney.
Dude, Slumdog Millionaire.
Okay.
Have you watched Slumdog Millionaire?
I haven't. I need to see it.
No, I haven't seen it.
So it's about a guy who goes on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire in India, and he's being asked all the questions, and he Slumdog Millionaire, he's doing well. I don't want to spoil it. I'm trying not to spoil it. He's doing well, but only because each question that's being asked, he knows the answer based on his childhood experiences in the slums of India, growing up, when he was a kid. So there's kid version of him, teen version of him, and then adult version of him. And so every time somebody, the guy would ask the question, it's at a point where they want to press charges because they're you're cheating. And he's like, I just know the answers. And it is oh man, that movie made me cry when I was 16 or 15 when I watched it. And it just, it's an underdog. It's your classic underdog tale, man. Yeah, it's the Slumdog.
What's yours?
But it's good.
I'm gonna keep it in the Disney family. Pirates.
Pirates of the Caribbean?
Yeah.
The first one? That's a solid choice.
First, second, or third. I like them all. Not 4 and 5.
The first movie is just perfect.
Yeah.
In every
Well, that's
way.
just one of those movies. Once again, VFX. I know there's VFX in that movie, but for some odd reason, when I watch Pirates, I'm like, this people lived like this. This is close to, you know what I mean? This is rough. They're ragged. Their teeth were dirty. They fired cannons. You know what I mean? I don't know.
Jack Sparrow's entrance scene
is just perfect, man. That, if you want, I've said this before, but it's if you want to learn how to write a story, it's the first Pirates of the Caribbean. The story structure of that movie is just literally perfect. And the guys that wrote that movie, they use that same story all the time for different movies. They did the Zorro reboot.
Yeah.
And their Zorro reboot is the exact same as the Lone Ranger reboot that they
Sheesh,
wrote, like
yeah.
practically the same movie. They found the formula and they just couldn't recreate it after Pirates of the Caribbean.
Was Lone Ranger, that was with Johnny Depp too,
Yeah,
right?
and Armie
he was
Hammer.
like kooky, right? It was like, that's
I
the
really,
whole...
yeah, I really liked that
Yeah.
movie, but a lot of people hated it.
What's your favorite movie?
The Prestige,
With...
Christian Bale and Hugh Jackman, and it's directed by Christopher Nolan. It's one of his first movies he directed.
Yeah. Okay.
It's
I've not seen that.
It's. I've seen the movie. The movie's kind of famous for its plot twist. I've seen the movie twice now. The second time I watched it, I got so into the movie again, I totally forgot about the plot twist.
Sheesh, man.
That's how into the movie I got.
Is it... It's probably available right now, like streaming somewhere, right?
Probably.
That'd be-
If not, you can rent it for like $2. But it's my favorite. It's really good.
Dude, I think like a good... I don't know. I wonder if... I've never talked to... Well, I had a really good conversation with a guy who reviewed movies. And so he's in the... Not in the content creating space, but yeah, I guess he does create content. Like he writes articles and stuff, and he worked at a magazine as like one of their as a movie reviewer. So I don't know, man. As like a creative, I feel like I've got all the instruments for a movie to like play me, you know, to really like play my emotions and yeah. So I don't know. I don't know if I'm into good movies as much as I'm into movies that make me feel good. And ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna dive out a window. That was beautiful. That was a great quote. That was a great quote.
As someone who has dived through a window, you don't want to.
Do we have any other questions? Do we need to stop and record another one?
got a
What are we
good
doing here?
one. You want to read it, Chase?
No, go ahead, man.
Okay. Can Ben Shapiro please explain why peaches are in fact the superior fruit?
Here, let me set you up. So, Ben, what is the superior fruit in your opinion?
To me, it's obvious. It's the one that the left is trying to suppress. Peaches.
Oh,
Left is constantly pushing things like pears and apples.
Ben, where do you get your peaches?
See, I get them from my backyard. I have several peach farms in my backyard.
not
Farms?
trees, but whole farms.
Whole farms with people that I have 50 employees designated to find peaches for me in the peach farms in my backyard.
Employees, you
You have peach slaves? Is what you're saying?
Oh, no, they're not employees.
you pay them minimum wage though, right?
I don't pay them at all. Purely volunteer work.
I was listening
So it's
to...
a privilege. It's a privilege to be able to pick peaches for you.
It's a privilege to be on my farm.
What's your farm called?
It's called the Shapiro Peach Farm. This is the worst riff I've done.
I was listening to Bill Hader was on Conan's live podcast this week, and after listening to it, I was like, we don't do enough impressions on church stories.
That's a cop out.
Is it? 'Cause
Impressions
those,
are a
those guys
cop-out.
were killing it, man.
Impressions. What if we all break into? It's like, hey man, how about be funny on your own?
Yeah. I only have two. I have Ben Shapiro and Alex Jones.
I don't know, man. Whenever you throw an impression out there, you don't miss.
Yeah, that's killer.
Well, I really appreciate that. For me, the Alex Jones one is my favorite because it like that's the noise I have to make in my throat, but then throw a little southern twang on it. It sounds like a death metal thing.
Do we have any other questions?
Who would win, Chase or Mike Tyson? I'm not gonna be.
I
cocky,
mean,
but
let me
listen,
see here.
Tyson's getting old, brother.
Currently, you mean like you?
Not his prime. I'm talking about right now. Old man Tyson.
What would be your strategy, dog?
I'm taller.
Like catch him while he's sleeping?
No. I'm taller. I got the reach. He's bigger and stronger and smarter.
And he's probably got the stamina
and
too.
better.
I've heard,
Probably got
is it
the
like
stamina.
fighting like stamina?
Yeah. I mean, are we talking in a street fight or in a boxing match?
Let's get both.
If we're in the streets of New Orleans and
Mardi Gras.
Mardi Gras beads are being thrown everywhere, and all I hear is Mike Tyson, and he's like, "If I ever see Chase Bridges, it's on sight, fam." And I hear that, and I turn and I see him. I think
You fighting Mike Tyson?
Oh, 100%. But I think I can win just off of surprise.
Okay.
If I can just land one or two good hits before he knows what's happening, I think I can win.
It's on site.
It's on site, fam.
Mike Tyson. I feel sorry for Chase Bridges if I see that fucker MC.
Look, I've got the documents, and these Gen Z kids think that they could fight the greatest boxer of all time. He bit a man's ear off.
If Chase Bridges wants to mess with me, I'll show him a real punchline.
He talking about church story. I'm about to give him a death story.
But yeah, no, he would beat me up, I think.
That's Wolverine. Get out of here.
An email?
Oh,
is there
sorry.
anything
Another
else
question.
in
How many questions do we have?
Patreon-y?
Let's go through them. Let's wrap it. How many more do we have?
I think that was pretty much all of them. I think we got...
Read the bad ones too. No, just kidding.
Somebody said we need more readings of J.O.'s book, so
Yeah.
maybe we could close with
let's
a couple
do that.
passages.
well, I'll read it as Mike Tyson. There was a rate mega church pastors from least to best. We'll do a whole episode.
I was about
on
to say
that.
I would need some time, and also we know some of them.
Guys,
No.
yeah, yo, I hate. I mean,
Parks and Rec versus The Office.
30 Rock.
Yeah, but I do like Parks and Rec.
Arrested Development. No, I like,
Why are people always pitting those two shows with each other
Because
like
they're so
they're the
similar.
goats?
because Parks and Rec is just like the
Office
It's the
2.0.
same template, but
Yeah.
just put in a Parks.
I
and
like I
Recreation
said,
building.
I've said it before. I missed the train on that. I missed the boat on that. Did you find a slot? Was there another question? PDB?
I'm just looking through. I think that was it.
Yeah.
Or if y'all want to go off topic, yesterday I was wondering if flights from Australia to U.S. go across all countries, or do they go from the other side of the globe?
Don't Google that. You're gonna uncover a lot of things.
Okay, cryptic.
I think I know what you're talking about.
The biggest theory for flat Earth, and I have even had to say that, is you would think you would fly directly to Australia, but you actually have to you fly through freaking you have to Alaska. You could fly over.
Well, I mean,
it's not as easy. You'd think, I'd just go to South America and then fly down. I'd go to South Africa and then fly down, but you can't do that.
I'm assuming if I Googled it, I would find a legitimate answer, and if it was flatearthblog.net, I wouldn't click on those links.
I'm a flat earther. I'm joking.
Shama flirted with it for a minute, but when I was
flirted.
14,
I mean, maybe me and flat Earth theory held hands. I don't know. Maybe
I saw Logan Paul actually has a mockumentary about flat Earth where he went to a flat Earth conference. It was actually really interesting. I like the idea of the Earth being flat, but I know it's not.
How? Never mind. Let's read from
Shama?
read from the book.
QAnon Shama here.
Be the difference maker. In the first chapter, I described how my father grew up.
You can't do the whole thing like that.
In the first chapter, I described how my father grew up in a very poor family of cotton farmers who lost everything during the Great Depression. He went to school with
Why they always lose everything? I mean, you surely could have had something left.
He had to have had.
Yeah,
shoes.
He must have had a cockroach or two.
He's about to talk about his shoes.
Oh,
He went to school with holes in his pants and holes in his shoes.
so he had the shoes.
Yeah, he had it. He didn't lose them. He started life at a disadvantage with no money,
Here's a segue.
very little education, and no future to speak of. The odds were all against him. He had a good excuse to settle where he was and accept a life of mediocrity.
Amen.
But at the age of 17, when he gave his life to Christ, he could feel the seeds of greatness rising up, seeds of increase, seeds of
back on
abundance. On the outside, everybody said, "You're poor. You're at a disadvantage. You're limited. You don't have a future." But down in his spirit, he could hear God whispering, "This is not who you are.
He had the seeds.
Spirit seeds.
You can do better than this. You can set a new standard. You were made for more."
Why is God whispering?
Because God doesn't yell.
God's, he move. He moved like a G.
I feel like that'd be really unsettling for God to whisper. I'd rather get, like a normal speaking voice.
Petey, what's up? God.
God? Is that you?
Yeah. Lower your voice when you're talking to me, dog.
When he told his parents he was going to leave the farm and become a minister, they thought he had lost his mind. They said, John, you better stay here on the farm with us. All you know how to do is pick cotton. They meant well. But sometimes well-meaning people will try to talk you out of your destiny. If my father had stayed in that limited environment, he would never have seen the fullness of what God had in store. Can I get an amen?
Amen.
Amen.
You have to separate yourself from people who see you only for you used to be and not for who you're going to become. Some people knew who you were back then and will try to keep you in the same box that you grew up in, and then they'll try to put limitations on you. You can't accomplish that dream. You're not that talented. You better play it safe. And in the scripture, this is what happened with David until he saw that lady on the roof.
Is that what he said?
No, I made that part.
Wow.
But essentially, his father didn't see him as a giant killer or as a king. They discounted him, and then he ended up being a good one. That's essentially what happened. All right, we can keep going. There's a long chapter.
we don't have to keep going.
Let me see that. Let me see that book. Hold on a second. Let me just freaking.
I thought you were just going to throw it.
Let me just pick a spot here. Hold on, let me pick it. I think that's like the end of the book here. Okay, cool. We already read that one. You are the one whom he loves. Did we already read that one? I think we did.
I think Lauren read that?
Yeah, hold on a second. Let me read this.
We had Pastor Puppet read one.
All right, let me just read one. This is page 12. Don't go through life and miss your destiny. You weren't created to get stuck, to settle, and to stay at the same place year after year. You were created to excel. Like Microsoft. There is potential in you right now just waiting to come out. You have gifts that will cause new doors to open, talent that will bring new opportunities. Get rid of low expectations. Quit making excuses to settle where you are. You may be in a limited environment that includes dysfunction, addictions, and depressions, aka dad. He didn't say that. The good news is you don't have to stay there. That's not your destiny. Somebody may have labeled you at risk. Wait, what? The person who labeled me at risk was my doctor, Joel. What are you talking
I think
about?
it's the only person who can legally do that.
Hold on a second. It gets better. Somebody may have labeled you at risk, but the creator of the universe labels you at possibility. What? You've gone as far as your family and your friend. You've gone as far as your family and your friends. That's good, but don't settle there. You're the exception. You're supposed to go further. Don't dare to take some steps of faith. Life is flying by. You don't have 10 years to wait around. The odds may be against you, but the Most High God is for you. His favor on your life will cause you to go where you could not go on your own. If you're going to be a barrier breaker, you have to get rid of excuses. This is Joel's word.
Woo!
All of Joel Osteen's books just seem to be like my life, a justification.
Or it was like, man, he didn't let poor people of color and people who were displaced in during the flood. You know, my dad picked cotton.
I think all of his...
This book is just all lived matters.
His books, they could all be titled the same thing. And it's bad thing happen, comma, good thing happen after.
Bad thing, good thing, God thing.
Yeah.
Joel Osteen.
And then the next book, bad thing happen, good thing happen, part 2.
Electric Boogaloo.
That's a joke that I had no context for, but I just knew it from Reddit.
Yeah, I
just
don't
knew
know.
when something, like when there's a sequel to something, you just put
Electric
part
Boogaloo.
2, Electric Boogaloo on the end. It was some movie.
Something, yeah. It's like one of those 80s movies or whatever
Yeah.
that everybody watched.
It was the sequel to the movie Breakin', and it was called Breakin' 2, Electric Boogaloo.
The title's more famous than the movie.
Yeah.
Hey guys, speaking of bad thing happened, let's check it with Chase. That's a little late segue. But
Actually, good thing happened. I had a meeting this morning that went really well, and I think I got a job as a social media coordinator
Yeah.
for a game development company.
Dude, heck
So,
yeah, man.
Yeah, I'm really excited about that. And he seemed really excited about having me.
Yeah. Where are they based?
Maryland, but I
Okay.
would just be working from
Heck
from
yeah,
my
man.
room.
That'd be exciting.
Yeah, very. He said after we talked and set up the meeting, where he looked through my Instagram and stuff, and he saw some church stories clips and stuff. And he's like, "You guys are funny, man." And I was like, "Thank you. I'll tell them when I see them today."
Thank you, Mr. Maryland game developer, sir.
Can I say, dude, that's really awesome. Proud of you, man.
Thank you very much.
Nothing bothers me more more than when somebody says, "Man, y'all are really funny in like the Christian space," and I'm always like, "Hey, man,
I don't like the
if
asterisk.
it were easy, you would do it." Like, you know what I mean? It's not. People make it sound like the bar was lower. I'm like, it still took work. I don't know. I've typed. I just want to say this. I've typed multiple variations of tweets about this topic this week. I've typed and deleted because PD's words, "keep your emotions off the internet," come to mind, and I've deleted them. But I'm always like, I don't know. I
Which,
feel like
not
it's just
my
like,
words.
well, you said that to me, but you were quoting somebody else.
Yeah.
But I'm really glad that the guy just thought it was. I think funny is funny, and I know
Yeah.
we're just in the context that we, kind of grew up in. But everybody just kind of gives it like, I mean, for that little Christian comedy, and I'm like,
Well, I was really mean about
I get it.
one time. I was
were.
like, or I could do what you're doing and be funny for no one.
Oh,
that's what I'm saying.
also I think
It's just sort of like, it was like, hey man, well yeah, y'all are just really successful in the creative space. Hey man, you're successful in no space. You know what I mean?
Hey, on the
It's
Patreon,
just sort of like,
we're not humble.
Freaking, we're Kanye West on this episode. That's what I'm saying. It's just sort of like when people say stuff like that, I'm like, bro, what are you trying to prove, man? If you were, I don't know. Are you
Also,
punching up right now?
I think we're also kind of branching out a little bit.
Yeah.
Like we have some really cool ideas for just comedy.
And it's also like people say the Christian space, like we do altar calls at the end of.
Yeah.
We're Christian villains, dog. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? I don't know, but I just
Especially
the
me.
only thing I was saying. Like, I'm glad. I think when people see it, I'm glad when somebody outside of the space acknowledges what we've done.
Yeah.
Because I think it's like all it takes. Because the accolades in the space are like, I mean, it's cool for y'all. It's just like, hey, how about let it just be just be cool. Period.
I think you're allowed to tweet that stuff, but you might get a phone call from me or PD.
What's your praise report?
How the
Hey,
turntables.
you're the dad now. You're gonna be like,
Yeah.
hey man, hey buddy.
Hey, that's a complete turnaround. I went from when I was new to getting phone calls like, "Hey man, you cannot be tweeting stuff like that," to now I'm like,
You're like that. Hey, I wouldn't.
"Hey, hey guys,
hey, Shaman, you can't make that joke in the next video.
Also, we got. Yeah. Also, we got. We got 47 patrons, so those are shareholders.
Yeah.
We're like the shareholders. We're gonna have to have an earnings call soon.
you
Be
guys
like,
have stock in church stories."
yeah, you'll do. It's worth nothing.
Well, actually, it's worth whatever they put
Hey,
in.
guys, I'm gonna say it. This year's gonna be huge for us.
I think so.
This year's gonna be huge
I think
for us.
so.
My praise report. I'm signing with a manager.
Yeah.
Yeah, this week. And
excited.
I'm very excited. She's got the agency's got a lot of connections. We're gonna go on tour. We're gonna do big things. We're gonna make.
Start getting your tight fives ready.
And I know people talk about like, okay,
I'll just do crowd work.
making money. Kill. I don't even think it's about making money. It's about making stuff. I'm more excited about making stuff than I am making money. Money comes
Means
in
nothing to us.
Really and truly. I think that is. PD, if we didn't do this podcast, where would our relationship be?
We would
just get lunch.
occasionally.
like-
I was about to say we would send memes to each other.
yeah.
And get lunch every now and then.
And I think about that, of just sort of like, okay, hey, let's make something together. And that making something together has developed, it's been great for us.
Yeah.
Just in terms of like keeping in touch with each other, being in each other's lives, caring about one another. Doing the Dove Awards, all these, doing this podcast continuously having. So I think the goal is to always just make stuff. And I think good things come after that. Like that's our goal. And I'm just super excited about, buying up everybody's valuable time to be able to create. and that's my goal, man.
Yeah, I mean, it's like you guys are in my immediate family now, pretty
Yeah,
much.
yeah,
At least
yeah.
that's what the power rankings of like people in my life. It's immediate family: Lauren, Shama, and Chase.
I hope no Bachmans are on the Patreon, so they.
His dad's on the Patreon.
Oh yeah.
Also, like, we haven't put out a ton of stuff so far this year, but we've been working on a
working
ton of
hard,
stuff.
baby.
Like, every day I wake up and Shama calls me and we work on either like old church merch or we work on one of the other projects we got going on, and then we all text about church story stuff, or we'll talk about
It's
Patreon.
a lot,
and,
man. It's a lot.
Write a script.
yeah, reels, and
That's from my praise report, man. I just feel like, I know that we're working hard, and I am too, and I care about what we're doing, and I think this
And
year.
thank you for being here.
thank
Man.
you for being.
This
a friend.
podcast was at risk, but now we're at possibility. That's not even grammatically correct, is it?
No, I don't.
I am at
It doesn't make
possibility.
sense.
You could be. I am at possibility of what? Of being in remission. You're at risk of cancer, but are you at possibility?
I'm
of
at risk of
kicking-
success right now.
Oh boy!
Someone hand me that belt.
Yo, hold on a second. Yo. I'm in danger of making a crap ton of money. Yo, pray for me, man. I'm in trouble. I'm in trouble right now.
I've reached a level of like, I think I can do whatever I want. I set my mind to. Like the other day, I was like, I want to win. I want to publish and have a short story award.
Yeah.
And so I did.
You
And
want a short?
I haven't won it yet,
Oh.
but I submitted to a bunch of publications,
Yeah.
and I'm like, I think I can
That's
win.
it. I mean, it's simple.
I'm just calling my
it's
shots.
Doable, man.
Yeah.
You
What's your
should submit articles about getting in Waffle House fights. I think that would.
Oh, it like.
Oh, you thought that was a short story? No, that was a real life story that I condensed.
My praise report is just messing around in Horizon Worlds. First thing I did was go to the Krusty Krab.
Horizon Worlds? Is that the metaverse?
That's the Facebook metaverse. It's free.
You went to the Krusty Krab and
Yeah, I just went
brother,
to the little.
I'm putting on my Oculus
the second
the
I get
moment.
home.
Nah, I got to play with the kids,
Yeah, just let me
After
know when
that.
you're free,
bro. Let's
yeah,
go.
and then we'll do it.
I catch a flight tomorrow. I can stay up a little tonight. You get off work late tonight? We got collab.
I get off work.
I can't
at
wait till we
like
travel
10.
together. We'll just travel together. We'll travel together so we can be together in the same room, but also be in Oculus land at the same time.
But I go in the Krusty Krab, and there's two people. It's like some woman and a 13. I mean, I'm assuming 13. It sounded like a 12-year-old, or I don't know how old they were. Some kid. He's like, "All right, what do you want?" And then he went back to where SpongeBob, cooks. And I was looking at the menu. I was like, "Give me a kelp shake." And he starts throwing Krabby Patties. Yeah.
This is the coolest. This is cooler than mini golf.
But then I was like, I'm talking to a 12-year-old. I got to get out of here.
Wait, could you have gone back to the kitchen?
I could have, but it was a little kid. I just
Yeah.
felt weird. So
Well,
I was
you're
like,
not.
I gotta bounce.
The little kid's not actually there though.
Yeah, but still.
But you're still hearing him like, "Hey, Mister."
So then I went to this nightclub, and there were people yelling at each other, and so people have beef in the VR.
Nightclub. I bet that somebody spilled like a VR drink on another avatar.
They have VR drinks.
Can we get into
I
a
heard they
VR
spend real
turf
money
war?
on that.
Really?
I heard they spend real money on a lot of that stuff. Yeah, it's stupid.
Dude, they were playing like T-Pain was playing in the VR club.
Uh-oh.
Was Buy You a Drink playing in the VR club?
It was low.
Really?
Yeah. And then I went to this other place, and they were talking about the beef in the club.
Beef in the club.
And I was like,
Beef?
"Yo, tell me about the beef. People have VR beef. This is my first day here."
that sounds like a ton of fun.
And this dude explained it to me. He taught me how to high five.
Oh, snap.
Yeah.
You have a VR mentor.
Yeah, he's like, "Dude, let me add you. You seem cool." I was like, "Sure." And then I went to this other. I think there's this world called House Party. I get there. There's only one dude. He comes out the front door. He goes, "You trying to play ping pong?"
Oh yeah, you can play. Yeah,
Yeah. So I go in this house and I'm
yeah.
playing ping pong with
I
this
don't wanna-
random guy.
I don't sound too
real.
cocky, but I think I could whoop both of you in VR ping pong.
Are you good at ping pong in real life?
Pretty good.
I feel like that's the bro.
I'm good at badminton.
Wait,
Does that count?
are you good at ping pong?
I'm okay. I'm decent at ping pong, but I am really good at badminton.
Oh,
That's the whitest thing I've ever said.
Murder you at ping pong.
Really?
I'm
Are you
pretty
that
good at ping pong, but I'm decent at
Yeah.
Wait, are you really good at ping pong?
I'm pretty good.
Okay, you're probably way better than
I
me.
played a lot of ping pong and let people see.
Because I was exaggerating.
Oh,
So you're probably-
I'm really good.
Yeah.
Okay,
I'm
well,
pretty good.
let's have a tournament. We'll put it on
Hey,
the Patreon.
Let's do it.
We might take some of these P-bucks. Sorry, Patreon dollars.
Let's
I'll call them Patreon dollars. That sounds like we make money of not wholesomely. We might get us a little ping pong. There's no space. We'd have to put it up against the
Yeah.
wall and play whenever.
No, we just
I mean,
gotta
if
all play Oculus
if it gets to
ping
the
pong.
point where we have 500 patrons and we're raking in
Then
cash,
we're like,
we'll buy an
"Geez,
office.
Fine. We'll get a monkey. I don't know. How much is a monkey?
I've always wanted a
Like
monkey.
a leopard.
No,
but I heard they
no.
die.
We don't want to turn into. We could turn into. One of us could turn into Joe Exotic if
But
we have 500
if in
patrons.
a week goes by and we don't have a monkey anymore, that's a scandal.
That is
The
that's a
scandal
issue.
isn't owning the monkey. The scandal is maintaining
Yeah.
the monkey. Hey, this was good.
Yeah,
Y'all
thanks.
gotta hop in Horizon Worlds with me because I feel like I'd
Yes,
be
do
more
it.
comfortable if y'all were there because I
Let go.
got a little VR anxiety.
Oh man,
I'm looking around.
You
I'm
should
like, these are
take,
real people.
Yeah.
should
they're
take
like, what's
some,
up, man?
uh,
Like, shut up. Don't talk to me.
take some VR pills.
Ah,
to
VR
calm
Xanax.
yourself. Yeah.
Yeah.
Some VR acid. All right, guys. Hey, we don't condone of VR drugs. Maybe
Yeah.
we should say
Safer than
maybe
real
we
drugs.
should. Yeah.
We don't confirm
He's
VR
not
drinking.
wrong. He's
We're-
not wrong, but
we're-
I still disagree.
We're like those cool parents that are like, if you're gonna do drugs,
if you're
do it in
gonna
the
do
house.
if you're gonna do VR drugs, I'd much rather you use my Oculus in
Yeah.
my house.
Shout out to the Shake and Peach gang.
Shaking Peach
guys,
Gang.
guys, we
SPG.
we appreciate all y'all's P-bucks, man. This for
Yeah.
real.
Peach
we
bucks.
Peach
we
bucks.
really we couldn't have done this without. We wouldn't do this without you. How about that? We
Yeah.
would leave.
Oh, and real quick, next episode, we're watching Bible Man.
Yeah, make sure you're in
Lego.
the Discord and you're paying attention because we're going to throw in the link of the Bible Man video that we're going to watch. You guys can throw in your own opinions on the video, and we'll make a whole separate thread for that, so that way we have them all organized, and you guys will say your opinions as well as ours.
I can't wait. Fellas, man, this been a bonus episode of Church Stories.
Church Doors
You've been
Podcast.
awesome.
Thanks, Cootie.